so much for being here early on time. I love my early risers. It says, like I said, it says a lot about your work ethic and your dedication and you wanting to truly lead, right? Lead. Leaders show up, is what I say. So thank you so much for all you leaders here that actually showed up today and want to get started with learning a little bit more about YouTube. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and share a presentation. My presentation is not long because YouTube is a lot, right? It's a lot and not a lot. It's a lot of little details that obviously we can't go into in a full training because it would probably take us 3 hours to do that. But I want to touch on why YouTube is important, okay? Why you should have it, how simple it is, okay? And how many leads you can actually get from YouTube, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my presentation so we can get started. And let's see, share. And let me look for my window here, and we're going to go here. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And you know, I was actually doing this presentation, and you see the date here on the bottom, 3/30/2026. I was actually here giving a presentation, another presentation on June 30th, 2025. And it was funny because it was almost the same date. And one of the announcements that I had was regarding Legacy Summit. So, and I have it again. So anyway, let's get a little motivated today, and why it's important to stay motivated during the week. You know, because it's not it's strive not to be success to be a success, right? We're not striving to be a success, but rather to be of value, and that's where YouTube actually comes in. Okay, because you're going to create value for your viewers. Okay, but first of all, we're going to go over some updates. Please remember that we've had a new logo for over a year, and I still see agents posting on their social media, posting everywhere pretty much with the old logo. Okay, and that's out of our compliance. So we have to update the logo. You can find the logo on my agent account. If you go to tools, it should be, or groups, I'm sorry, to the marketing group and go to files, you should be able there to see the logo to whatever office you're with or whatever state you're with, and update the logo on all your social media because I still see people with the old logo. Okay. We also have Agent Advance. So for those of you that don't know about Agent Advance, I really encourage you to use it if you need it. I know that real estate can be hard sometimes, and in between deals, we might be a little, you know, short on cash. And we do have a platform that La Rosa offers that gives you an Agent Advance if you have a deal that is under contract and you know close to closing, and you can actually ask for an advance on your commission. Okay, there is a fee obviously because nothing is free in this world, but at least it provides an option for you. Okay, and then Legacy Summit, guys, I hope that everyone here is registered for Legacy Summit, which is April 8th. Okay, so if you don't have your tickets, make sure you get them right away. They have a few options for you. They even have, if you want to do the big thing with the gala and all that stuff, they even have you can do pay it over time with Klarma, or you know, one of those apps that you can pay things over time. So you know, there's no excuse. Even if you don't have the cash on hand, you can make small monthly payments and still make it to Legacy Summit. Okay, so I encourage you to go there and see what your payment options are and register. All right. So YouTube marketing for real estate agents. Let's talk a little bit about that. And I'm sorry, guys, because I was asked to do this kind of short notice, so I didn't have the whole market update and you know the stuff that we normally do every Monday. But you know we can get you that a little later. Okay. So YouTube marketing for real estate agents. So why YouTube? Okay, that is what we're going to go over. Why YouTube? What makes real estate videos so successful? Okay, and the difference between YouTube and traditional marketing. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. because I think it's important that you understand why YouTube is important. Okay. And just to give you, a heads up, I'm going to give you, I've gotten from YouTube probably, I started my YouTube channel in May. Okay. May of last year. And for real estate, I had a YouTube channel for coaching, but I also have a real estate channel for now, real estate. And I've known about YouTube for a long time, and I know that it works. It just took me a while to set it up for real estate. And I started it in May. Since May, I've received, and I started it in May, but I didn't really start posting consistently until probably, I don't know, maybe 4 months ago. Okay, maybe November or so. Just because I was taking my time. So I want you to understand that this is not something that's going to happen immediately. It's going to happen over time, but it's so worth it. And I'm not sure who is not muted, but let me see if I can mute people here. I don't know, Laverne, if you can mute
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you. So super, super important that you understand that this is not a race. This is something that you're going to create for your long-term business. Okay, this is like a long-term business plan here for marketing. Okay, and I'm just going to read you so that you understand. I've gotten probably about, I want to say, 7 buyer leads in the last probably 3 months. Okay. Which you might think, okay, well, that's not a lot, but it's some. And it's consistent. Okay. So I might get two a month. Sometimes I'll get 3 a month. I'm going to read you a text from the last one that I got a few days ago. Let me see if I can find her and what she said so that you understand that it works. Okay. I got a message from someone, a prospect. Hi, I'm Kathleen, reaching out from Connecticut. I have been watching your YouTube videos and really enjoy your content. My mother was born in Puerto Rico and was, told, as long as I can remember that she wanted to go back. The timing is working out nicely. Okay. And I'm not going to go into the whole message, but this is someone who saw me on YouTube and reached out from Connecticut because they want to move to Puerto Rico. Okay. And it's been the same thing like that. I've had a couple from Virginia, a couple people from New York. I've had 3, I think, from Chicago. So those are all people that are looking on YouTube. Okay. They're not looking on Instagram. They're not looking on Facebook, even though I've gotten a few from TikTok, but they're looking on YouTube. Okay. So why YouTube? 2+ billion monthly users worldwide. Okay, so you have a massive audience with YouTube. You have visual platforms perfect for showcasing properties and neighborhoods. Okay, free marketing tool with potential for viral content. We all know we've gone to videos that have thousands and thousands of views. I've 100,000 views. We go to YouTube all the time. Okay, builds trust through video testimonials and agent personalities. Okay, so that's why YouTube is so important and why you should be using it. YouTube is not a um, if you look at Instagram and you look at even Facebook now, because Facebook, you do a video and now they're only keeping that video for 30 days. So it used to be where that video would be in there for forever, but now it's 30 days. So anytime you put a video on Facebook, in 30 days, it disappears. If you do a live, in 30 days, it disappears, right? So it's really important for us to be somewhere where we're going to be found 5 years from now. Okay, where that video is not going to disappear, where that video can give you leads even 5 years from now. Okay, so that's why it's important for you to have a YouTube channel, not only because YouTube is owned by Google, which is the largest search engine. We all go to Google every time we're looking for something. And when you go to Google, you search something up, what happens? It gives you a few resources, right? And then a lot of times it'll show you related YouTube videos to that question that you're asking, right? And sometimes we'll go and we'll click on that video because most people are visual. They want to see something, and they'll click on those videos. So you want to be found in that search engine when somebody is typing something that you do on YouTube. Okay. Now, what do we do as real estate agents on YouTube? Well, we do tours, right? Property tours. Maybe you specialize in new construction, so new construction tours. Maybe we're great at market updates, right? Doing market updates. We're great at interviewing other people, right? We specialize in a neighborhood or we farm a special area and we really want to highlight and just focus on that niche. Okay. Maybe your niche is VA. Maybe your niche is luxury. Whatever it is, right? You can create so many different types of real estate videos related to what your target audience is. Okay. So really important for us to be, to be on YouTube, because Instagram, you put a video, and even if you get 100,000 views on that video, okay, that video eventually is going to stop. No one is ever going to see that video again. Okay. If you have do even a TikTok, right? I had a TikTok that went viral and I think I had like over 160,000 views, but now it stopped, right? I did get a lot of leads from that viral video, but now that video is going to go down to the bottom of the barrel and nobody's ever going to see it again, right? So with YouTube, people can come back, and it's still going to be there years and years and years from now. How many times haven't you gone into YouTube to do a search for something that you want to learn? And you go to the video, and if you look at the date of the video, some of those videos are like 10, 15 years old, right? But it's talking about something that's related to what you're searching for. Okay. So what makes real estate video successful? Well, it builds trust, right? Really fast. Video lets people see your personality, hear your tone, right? Connect with you before meeting you. I use videos all the time. And even sometimes when people reach out to me, right? I send them a video. Instead of replying with a text message, I record a really quick short video telling them thank you so much for reaching out to me, because now they can see a face, they can see who I am, that I'm a real person, and now they can connect with me. Okay, so videos are really, really important. It showcases properties better, right? Walkthroughs, drone shots, lifestyle clips, that brings life to photos, right? Videos bring life to photos. And again, it helps people, buyers and sellers connect emotionally, right? They connect to what's going on. And I'm gonna share that with you with one of the videos that I did. Increases visibility online, right? So it increases your visibility. We all know that Google is huge, right? And if you're not on Google yet, if you don't have a real estate business listing on Google, please go and create one. Positions you as the expert, right? Because now you're talking about something in specific, makes you the expert in that area. Okay. Educational videos, right? Market updates, tips, all that stuff. You want to be the go-to agent in your area. Okay. You have to be the go-to agent in your area. You cannot be the one that nobody calls, right? You want to be the one that people call because they know you, they believe in you, they know that they can trust you, right? And that's all created most of the time through video because people connect to that. It drives more engagement and more leads. Okay, videos tend to get more comments, shares, messages, turning viewers into conversations. And I'm going to show you where that happens, and conversations into clients. Okay, that's why videos are key to your real estate business. Okay, now let's do YouTube versus traditional marketing. So, YouTube is an evergreen content. Evergreen meaning it lasts forever, right? It keeps working for you, right? It's something that you put it in there and it just keeps working for you and you never have to look at it again, okay? Videos on YouTube can generate views, leads, and clients for months, even years, like I said. Unlike traditional ads that stop the moment you stop paying, okay? Even when it comes to Facebook ads, right? If you're doing Facebook ads or Instagram ads or TikTok ads, when you stop paying, they stop viewing, right? Because they're not going to push your video out if you're not paying for the ad, okay? Where YouTube, will still push your video out as long as you're getting engagement and you plan it right. So search driven discovery, right? YouTube is the second largest search engine owned by Google, meaning people actively search for things like homes in Puerto Rico, right? In my case, right? Or buying tips, or how to sell my house in Puerto Rico, what and whatever city you're in. People ask questions. Think about you as the consumer, right? You go to Google and you search for something. I might go to Google if I'm moving to Orlando and say, um, tips on moving to Orlando, right? And if somebody did a video on tips about moving to Orlando, I'm going to see that video. It's going to pop up because it's part of the Google search, right? So it's those things that you need to work on, okay? It's lower long-term cost instead of recurring costs like print ads, mailers, billboards. One well-made video can continue producing results without ongoing spending. Okay. Deeper audience connection. Video allows you to educate, tell stories, show your personality, build trust. It just does so much for you, right? And you can target your audience. So if you are targeting um, relocation for VAs, right? You're a VA relocation expert. Then your videos are going to be about relocation, VA relocation, right? You're going to talk about how to relocate, what you need. There's so many things. And guys, you can use ChatGPT to create all these things. You can go to ChatGPT right now and type in, I would love to create, my niche is I'm a VA relocation expert. I need to create some YouTube videos and I need some content ideas. Share with me some content ideas, right? And ChatGPT is going to create a bunch of different topics that you can actually talk about in your videos, okay? Teleprompters. It's not that you have to be expert at it. You can, create a script on a teleprompter and just speak on the subject. You can even ask ChatGPT to do it for you. Can you write me a script on this subject? So for a YouTube video, and it'll write a script for you. And all you have to do is put it on a teleprompter. And if nobody knows what a teleprompter is, it's basically an app that you can get that it'll read, right? As it's scrolling up as you're reading the script, right? So now you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to fumble 10 times trying to record, right? Because you have a script and now you can share your information with them. What's worked best for me here, as far as in Puerto Rico, is doing interviews for people who have relocated to Puerto Rico, asking them questions. So like an interview session. Okay. That's worked for me quite a bit. So success isn't about perfection. It's about showing up consistently and building trust with your audience over time. Okay. Now I'm going to stop there for a minute because I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a second.
And
And
Sophia asks,
yes,
Teresa, someone is asking what's the name of your channel?
my channel is it's Puerto Rico Home Matchmakers. I'll post it in the chat.
And they want to know how often do you post?
Okay, so consistency is key. Okay, I try to post at least once a week. I'm not going to post there every day. I don't go in there every day. Sometimes it's every 2 weeks. It depends how busy I am in business. But the thing is just be consistent. Even if it's once a month, it doesn't matter, right? It's just showing up and posting something. Okay. And I'm going to share a couple resources for you, but let me share my YouTube channel really quick so that you guys have that. Let me go here to my YouTube channel and post that. Um, and guys, it's not about how many followers you have. Okay. What your aim is for how many views you get. A lot of people get hung up on, I have to have 1 million followers to be successful, and you don't. I have 445 followers right now, and I've gotten 7 leads in the last 3 months with 445 followers. And actually the last 100 followers came in probably in the last month, right? So, and when I had probably 150 followers, I was getting engagement, I was getting views, and I was getting people commenting. Okay. So I'm going to put a couple resources. I want you guys to, the first resource is not my link. I'm going to post that second. The first video, the first link I posted there is a YouTube video that will walk you step by step on creating your channel. Okay. Because obviously, again, that would take, me 3 hours to help you do, but it'll help you, give you guidelines on how to create your channel. This is the guy that I follow. This is the guy that I actually took a little bit of training from. I'm still actually training. I'm not even finished, but I bought his little course, whatever, and I'm every day I get better at my YouTube channel. It's not perfect. It's not the way, some of the things that he's recommended I haven't done yet. So I'm still work in progress myself, but I got started, right? I wasn't afraid to get started. Okay. So that's one resource. I'm also going to share a step-by-step that I actually got from that course for you guys so that you don't have to, I'm just going to share this, copy and paste it here. And it's a step-by-step guide on how to, let me see if it'll let me add will it let me add? Hold on. How sometimes you're trying to do something and it doesn't work. So bear with me, guys. For some reason, it's not letting me paste this, but hold on. Let me see if I can do it. I'm trying to see. I have a guide, a PDF guide. Laverne, how do you add a PDF? Because I'm trying to see if I can.
I'm sorry, how do you what?
Add a PDF in here.
Oh, file. You're asking the wrong person, sister.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this, guys. I tried copying and pasting, but I don't know if it's working.
Copy and pasting doesn't work. I've tried that.
Yes.
Teresa, you have to take a picture and then you can upload it. You can't upload a PDF to Teams.
Okay. Thank you so much, my love.
You're welcome.
Let's see here. Well, the thing is that it is a PDF, so I'm going to have to, let me see if I can convert it to an image. No, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to figure out a way. And if you guys want to put your email in here really quick, I will just email it to you. But it's a really good resource and it's free. That'll walk you step by step on the things
Teresa,
on how to create your video.
Why don't you put your either email or phone number in the chat, and if they want the PDF, you can just send it to them.
That would be perfect. This is my phone number there. You can text me and I'll send it over to you. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to share here is, let me share my screen so I can share my channel and then you can see what I'm talking about. Because I don't want you to think that you have to have a ton of followers for this, because you don't, okay? You don't have to have a ton of followers. You don't have to have, but I want to share with you what it should look like, more or less, okay? And then I'm going to share my content so that you can see that the views. So let me see here. And that it's not perfect, guys. I don't use all the strategic things that this gentleman teaches. I'm still working on all those things. But the thing is that I just jumped in. I didn't think about it. I just jumped in. I started creating, and they're not perfect, but they're doing what they need to do. All right. So let me just share what my channel looks like here. You do need a Gmail, obviously, to have a YouTube, guys. So if you don't have a Gmail, you're going to have to create one because you need one. But this is pretty much what my channel looks like, okay? It's Puerto Rico Home Matchmakers because that's the brand that I'm promoting, okay? So I don't know if any of you guys are from Puerto Rico, but there's a channel here, De Cada Casa Tiene Su Novio, which is a very, very, very popular channel that gets thousands and thousands of views. And let me tell you what this guy does so that you guys can maybe do it in your town or in your area. All he does is he gets together with other real estate agents and does a walkthrough of houses. That's all he does. He doesn't even show his face. Okay. I don't even know what this guy looks like. Okay. He does a show. He goes and does tours of the houses. He interviews the agent with the listing, and he interviews, or if it's a for sale by owner, he interviews the owners where the owners are talking about their property. Okay. And this guy gets thousands and thousands of views every day. But what does he do? He doesn't put the real estate agent's info on the video. He puts his info on the video, right? So if somebody's watching that house and is interested in that house, they're calling him. They're not calling the real estate agent with the listing. They're calling him. And that's the agreement that he has with these, because these are listing agents that are trying to promote their property on his channel. So and he doesn't even show his face. I don't know what this guy looks like, because all he does is tour the video. It's not perfect. It's not scripted. It's nothing. Okay. So I'm going to show you here, moving to Puerto Rico with James and Anita. Okay, I interviewed a couple that moved here a couple years ago. They weren't even my clients. Okay, they're not my clients. Actually, they belong to one of the other real estate agents in my church. But we've become friends, and I asked them if I can interview them and so they can share what made them move to Puerto Rico from New Jersey. Okay, and all I did was ask them questions. I wasn't even in this video. Okay, I just interviewed them. Okay. The other video that I did was, and this one already has almost 1.2K viewers. Okay. That I don't care about how many subscribers, even though I got 448 now. It was 445 this morning. I got 448 already. I don't care about, I care about engagement. I care about views, right? Because the more views, the more people are going to look at, or contact me. Okay. So I'm going to go to my YouTube studio so that you can see here. If I go here to content, these are all the videos, right? So I'll do videos on towns, on different towns, right? I'll talk about that particular town, which you can do, talking about, a particular neighborhood. If you farm a neighborhood, a particular town, maybe, what's to do, and, what things are there to do in Caguas, right? We talk about, different things. I talk about anything that came out new, like Act 180, which was a new law that they enacted here, right? So I'm becoming a resource for them. I talk about inheritance in Puerto Rico and how to work inheritance in Puerto Rico, so probate basically in Puerto Rico. So I have different topics that I do, but I'm going to show you the ones that got me the most views. Home for sale in Lares, Puerto Rico, 1,189 views, right? You think it's not a lot, but it is a lot for me because I just started this in May. So to me, that's pretty good. Okay. Moving to Puerto Rico, 6,539 views. Okay. On this particular one, I had, and let me just move this here. I had 300 likes and 72 comments, right? And that's what you want. You want comments. I don't even care about the likes. I don't care about, I care about how many views and how many comments, because this is what's going to give me business, the comments, right? And what do? Every time I get a comment, I reply. It's not that they're posting a comment and I'm not replying. I'm engaging. Okay. So when I engage, guess what? And I can tell them if they ask me a question, and how about this? What about this? You know what? That's a great one. That just gave me an idea for another video, right? If they ask me a question about schools in Puerto Rico, right? Do they speak English in schools? Now that just gives me another idea to create a video specifically about schools in Puerto Rico, right? So it's engaging, looking at the comments and being able to go back now. And if it's something you haven't spoken on, your audience is going to give you ideas to possibly speak on. Okay. Now you can go create the video and then you can comment to them and say, hey, I just created a video regarding that topic. Here's the link for that video. Right now I can reply with that. Okay. So here are some, again, home in Lattice. The other one that got a lot of views was this one, which was, oops, sorry, something's in my middle here. 163 views on Toa Baja, right? It was a property that was in Toa Baja. I did one on when we were fixing our house, right? 1,241 views on our first DIY renovation in Puerto Rico. 43 likes and 9 engagements, 9 comments. This is all I care about. I care about how many views, how many comments, because if somebody commented, that means that somebody is asking questions, gives me an opportunity to engage. Okay, look, it just jumped to 449. 445 was this morning. I'm sure that it's because you guys are subscribing, so thank you so much. But that's what I'm talking about, right? And I don't care about this number so much. I care about how many views am I getting, how many likes am I getting, and not so many likes, but the comments, because now it gives me an opportunity to engage with these people. And so I am getting leads. Now, creating a YouTube channel is just details, okay? But being strategic about it is even more important, okay? Because you have to learn how to use keywords. You have to learn how to use certain things that you need to basically give you optimization on that video, using those keywords, moving to Puerto Rico, the thumbnail, right? You can ask ChatGPT to create a thumbnail. This was all ChatGPT created, this thumbnail, right? It's just moving to Puerto Rico, and it created a nice little background with a beach and some Puerto Rican flags, and that's it,
So
right?
Teresa, how do you edit your videos?
Okay, so video editing, I don't really do a lot of video editing when I interview. I use Wondershare, but you can use CapCut to edit your video. I don't In YouTube, I use a lot of just raw stuff. Okay. I don't put a lot of work into it. The only thing that I do is I put an intro and I put an outro. Intro is just if you watch the videos, you're going to see that there's like, here, let me open this one so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Of course, we go back to this one and see, I don't have a lot of videos. I have like 30 something videos. And I put the Puerto Rican vibe in there,
Mhm.
That's it. That's my intro that you can create with an app, or you can even have. Hello and welcome back to your
See,
Puerto
I'm in the
Rico Homemade
background.
Makers. And today I am not on camera because I could not fit myself in this cute little area here. So that's all I did. I put an intro, I put an outro with my information on it, right? I'm still not doing everything that this guy recommends, like having a call to action. Sometimes I forget to put the call to action in there, but it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It just needs to be done, right? It doesn't have to be the best lighting. It doesn't have to be, the best anything. The only thing that I recommend is having good audio. Okay. And yes, they're going to recommend have, good lighting, all this stuff. But a lot of the people that are making a lot of money on YouTube are just doing raw things, walking through a neighborhood, with their phones like this, they're not doing anything that is out of the ordinary. They're just, doing raw videos, and those are the ones that get the most views, not the perfect videos. The only thing I really highly recommend, the worst thing is listening to a video with bad audio. Okay, so just make sure that you get a good microphone so that the audio sounds good, especially if you're outside. Make sure you get a microphone that has the little fuzzy thing on top, so that way it deflects the wind. So you don't hear the wind blowing and all the cars around the area and all that stuff. It'll just be your voice. Okay, so good audio is really important. And in the video I shared there, the guy shares a couple of different audios, different types of maybe gimbals or something like that you can use. But again, start simple. You don't have to spend money. Start with your iPhone, which is what I do. I don't use anything else but my iPhone. I use a tripod. I put my phone on the tripod and that's it, right? And sometimes I do it at people's homes, like the last one I did in people's homes. The one I got 6,000 views was me and my husband talking about our experience moving to Puerto Rico, and that's already got 6,000 views, and I get a lot of comments on that one. But those are the things that you want to create. Okay. Moving to, if you recently moved, right? You relocated to Florida or to Georgia or to, wherever you relocated, and you went through the experience of moving, do a video on that. What was your experience? When you do it with even with someone else, right? If it's your husband, or if it's someone that's willing to do the video with you, or one of your kids, right? You can do a video on schools, right? The best schools in Lake County, right? The best schools in Lake County, or the top rated A schools in Lake County. Why should your child, and use what do you say, titles that kind of get people interested in watching, right? Like moving to Puerto Rico. Obviously, if there's a person that's looking to move to Puerto Rico, then obviously the title's perfect, moving to Puerto Rico, right? But I can do a video on 5 reasons that, you should not do this, right? You should not go to this school, or you should not go to this town, or whatever it is, right? Just make it a little controversial, because again, you have to think of as yourself as the consumer. What would you search if you're looking to move as a
Hey,
consumer?
Teresa, just really quick, as
Sure.
managing broker, I just have to say
Yeah,
disclosure, be careful with fair housing laws,
of
so
course.
you maybe don't want to talk about why not to move to a town, or
Well,
what
no,
are the
you're not
best
you're not gonna
schools. Yeah,
actually,
you're
it's
not going
just
to
the
do any of
title.
that. Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
the
this is
title.
just an example.
Yes, yes. It's a title that to capture people, but you're actually not going to talk about that,
Yeah.
right? So I might be saying, 5 reasons not to move, or the 5 top reasons not to move to Puerto Rico, right? Or something of that nature. But it's not really talking about that. It's just an attention getter, so that you can, oh, okay, why wouldn't I want to move to Puerto Rico, right? And then you can talk a little bit about something very small related to it, but really it's not talking about that. It's really talking about the best ways to move to Puerto Rico, for example. Okay. So not, you'll see if you look at if you go to YouTube and just look on YouTube, just look, you can even look for best real estate agent in Texas. Okay. Or moving to Orlando, or moving, and start looking at the videos that other agents are creating that are getting views, right? That'll give you some ideas of what the thumbnail, because it could be the thumbnail, right? The first impression that they saw that video. And sometimes when you click on a video, how many times haven't you gone to a video and it's a controversial video, or maybe the title seems like, oh yeah, I want to know why wouldn't I do that, or why would I do that, and you click on it and it's not even related to that, right? It's telling you something different. It's just to capture
That's
the
true.
audience. Yes.
That's true. It's a good hook.
The hook, exactly. Thank you very much. It's the hook. So it's all about the hook, the call to action, right? Because there's no sense of us, and I'm guilty of it. So if you see some of my videos, you're gonna see that I don't, I forget to say, call me, contact me. I forget. Okay. And that's okay, because I'm just trying to create content so people get to know who I am. And yes, I have to get better at making sure that I have that hook and that call to action, the hook at the beginning of a video and the call to action in the middle and at the end, right? Plus, you also have to keep people engaged, right? So there's techniques. And again, that link that I shared earlier is going to share, he shows you like different samples of what to say, what not to say, what your caption should be, what your caption shouldn't be. And remember too that in the description of the video, you should have something about the video with keywords. Keywords meaning words that people actually search on YouTube. Okay, and there's things there's keywords anywhere, which is a platform or a little subscription that you pay. I think like $15 a year, and it's attaches to your YouTube channel. And what it does, and let me see if I have it on my other channel, because I for some reason it only let me do it to one of my channels. But let me see if I can switch channels here so I can show you what that looks like, because it's those are just little tools of things that you can, and let me see if it pops up on my other channel so you can see what it looks like. here. And let me share real quick. Share. Share my window. Come on. Okay, so on here, see this little clip here? So anytime I'm in a video, it'll give me, or when I create a video, it's gonna pop up here, and it's I think it's TubeBuddy. That's what it is, TubeBuddy. Okay. And TubeBuddy will share with you, like you can put in there like possible titles. Okay. Possible, for some reason it's not working, of course, because it never works when you want it to work. So new tools, right? You can put here Keyword Explorer. You can go to SEO Studio regarding the video. You can get related videos that are about the subject video, and it'll give you ideas on how to create better titles, how to create the keywords in your video. So these are all little tools that you can use in order for you to enhance the video so that it gets more reach. Okay. But what I'm telling you is it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be edited perfectly. Just get started. The main two things is your thumbnail. That's what's going to get attention. And you can even use Gemini to do that. Now YouTube has testing, A and B testing, okay, where you can do two different YouTube captions or YouTube thumbnails, and it'll tell you which thumbnail is working best, and then you can just use that thumbnail, right? So thumbnails are really, really important. And now with AI, you can use Gemini to create a thumbnail really quickly. Just say, I need a thumbnail for YouTube. The video is relating to this. This is the title of my video. Create create two thumbnails that I can use, right? And it's going to create two thumbnails for you that's related to the content of the video. And again, and the title, you put the title, but it's going to help you. It's fast. It's not that complicated, but that's really the only two things you have to worry about at the beginning: what your thumbnail looks like, and to see that it gets attention, and also what your call to action is at the end. Okay. And that's the only thing that you have to worry about. But use those resources, because those resources are going to help you create your channel, but it's going to also help you get ideas on what the things you should be doing and the things you shouldn't be doing with your YouTube channel to enhance your YouTube channel. But you're going to get leads. You don't even have to be on camera, guys. You can do a walkthrough video. You can talk about market updates and just use, the background. There's so many things that you can do to become an expert on YouTube for something. And it doesn't matter, again, if you start and you got 3 views. Okay. Just be consistent. Do another one. Do another video. It might be the same topic, but maybe do it differently and post it and see if that one gets more. Or maybe just use the same video, but change the thumbnail, because maybe it was the thumbnail that didn't get any attention. Okay. So those are all things that you're going to play with in order for you to do this. You're not going to have to spend a lot of time on this. You can post once a month, once every 2 weeks. The thing is to get started and be consistent. Get started and be consistent. And eventually you'll get better and better at it. Okay. There's courses online. There's YouTube videos that you can watch on how to do a better YouTube video, how to, use a better thumbnail. There's education out there for you to be able to do this, to create this for you. Okay. And I think that was it. Let me go back to sharing my presentation, because I had, I think, one more thing. Let me bring it back up. And then we will be done, guys.
Ace is not able to join us today, just in case.
Oh, okay, perfect. So let me just go back.
Some kind of emergency.
Okay, understood. All right, so what is your action plan? Okay, your action plan is to get 3 specific YouTube goals for the next 30 days. Set 3 goals for the next 30 days. Choose 5 video topics, right? Relevant to your market. Okay, wherever your market is, choose 5 video topics, create weekly content calendar with posting schedule. Okay, and identify 3 key metrics to track your progress. Okay, and now identifying 3 key metrics, again, that video that I shared, that link for that video, that guy walks step by step on things that you should be looking at, the metrics you should be looking to see when people are watching your video, what time, where are they watching it from? Is it more, the analytics are really, really important, guys, to know what is happening with your channel. The analytics is going to tell you if it's more women watching, more men watching, are they watching it from their TV, and you might think, well, I don't really care as long as they watch it. But it's important because that's going to help guide you for the next video on the things that you need to do for the next video and help you grow that, right? Like I noticed, in some cases, like most of my videos are watched, like let's say Sunday night, right? I get the most views on Sunday night, right? Well, that's important to me because now I know that I should probably be posting maybe Saturday so that, by Sunday night, people are watching that video, or maybe I should post it, like at 6 o'clock on Sunday, right? Because I know that most of the people that are watching it is at 9 o'clock on Sunday. So I want to make sure that it's out there for them to watch. So it's knowing the analytics is very important about your videos. And this guy talks about that. Okay. All right. And then food for thought. When someone searches real estate on YouTube, they will find an agent. They will find an agent. But the question is, will that be you? Will that be you or someone else? Not showing up doesn't keep you the same. It makes you invisible. Okay. And we don't want to be the undercover agent. We want to be the agent that is going to be present, the one that's going to show up, right? Again, I started my journey for real estate as far as a YouTube channel for real estate back in May of 2025. Okay, I didn't really start posting. I created the channel in May. I think I posted one video, which is I think the DIY project of the house. That was I think our first video, and then I think maybe I created one in June or July. And then, but I started doing more consistent, and that's when my YouTube started growing and I started getting leads more in November. So November, December, January, February, March, 4 months. And I've gotten about, again, seven leads from YouTube. Okay. So it does work, and those videos will live on. I'm still getting views for that video, uh, with the interview with myself and my husband. I'm still getting views from that video, and that was done back in June or July, and it's still getting views, right? So it's not disappearing like Instagram. It's not disappearing like TikTok. It doesn't disappear like Facebook, right? It lives on. It keeps living on. And as long as people are searching moving to Puerto Rico, that video is going to pop up. That video is going to continuously pop up, right? And people are going to keep watching it. 4 years from now, 5 years from now, that's still going to keep going. Okay. So it's really important for you guys to make sure that you show up. Don't be that invisible agent. Okay. And YouTube is key. YouTube is key to your business. More key. I did a video on TikTok speaking about inheritance, right? And yeah, the video got like 160,000 views, and I did get a lot of leads from it talking about inheritance. Um, but I know that now I don't even get any likes on that video anymore, right? So it stopped. It's now nobody's ever going to watch that again, right? It's not going to pop up on TikTok. It popped up while it was viral, right? It was going viral, so it kept popping up, and obviously I got a lot of leads for that time period. But now that time period is over. So now I have to go create another video to try to see if I can get more traction on the subject. But again, it's going to disappear. It helped me for a little bit, but now it's going to stop. Where my YouTube, I know is going to help me years coming, for years to come. That one video is going to get views for years and years to come. And it's not going to go away. As long as people are still searching moving to Puerto Rico, that video is going to come up, right? So that's what's important, okay? That you show up, and it doesn't have to be, every week. but start somewhere and just be consistent, even if it's once a month. Even if you're going to a property tour, you're going to go, see a property, you're doing an open house, whatever it is. Yes, you can put it on social media, you can put it on Instagram, you can put it on Facebook, but your YouTube also has YouTube Shorts, just like Instagram, and those YouTube Shorts live on forever too. So why would you not, even those short little videos that are less than 3 minutes, not only post them on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all this stuff, post them on YouTube as well. I've gotten little videos shorts that I've posted on YouTube that have 900 views, 1,000 views. Well, that's still, again, you're building a brand. Remember that you're building your brand. And this is a big way to build your brand. Okay. Any questions? Okay, can you set up an audience by country or state? Yes, because that's your niche. So your videos are going to be based on the country or based on the state or based on the neighborhood or based on your community or based on whatever you want. You create what you want, because everything is going to be in your keywords, right? When you post a video, it's going to ask you, where did you record that video? So if I'm in Fajardo, Puerto Rico, I'll put Fajardo, Puerto Rico, right? Because if somebody's searching to move to Fajardo, my video is going to come up somewhere, right? Because I posted that video was created in Fajardo. If I'm in Caguas, I'm going to put that I was in Caguas. There's an option to put where that video was recorded. There's a date you can put on there. There's certain metrics that you're going to put on there. When you post the video, it's going to ask you for, you have to answer some questions. And that's one of them. Where was that video recorded? Okay. And then at that point, you can put in there, you can even put the neighborhood, right? You can put you can put any location, whatever location you want to put on it. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, when you post a video, if you allow translation, YouTube automatically translates. Yes, it does have captions as well. There's captions that can be done through, and you can change the language on the video as well. So if I'm speaking in Spanish, I can translate it in English and captions, and vice versa. Absolutely. What else? The hook, love it. All right. I think that's it. Any other questions? You guys can unmute. Wow, that good that you have no questions?
It's really good, Teresa. Thank you for doing this.
Okay. All right, awesome, guys. So I'm going to let you go. But again, if you want to just text me for that guide on step-by-step on creating your YouTube channel, because again, it's going to live on. And you don't have to even show up on camera, guys. You don't even have to show up on cameras. If you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to. Yes.
Thank you, Teresa. It was really, really, really good meeting.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you next week. It's 9:30. We got you out of here on time.
Bye, guys.
Anything else
See
you want to
next
add,
Monday.
Laverne?
Thank you.
No, just remember to sign up for Legacy,
Mhm.
like Teresa mentioned, and that's right around the corner. And we'll see you next Monday.
All right, sounds good. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.